Hey everybody, how we doing? It's your boy, SpongeBob SquarePants, gonna teach you some math. Psych, guys. It's me. Remember me? Math teacher? Long time no see. Man, that light in the background is very glary. I'm gonna turn that off real fast. Much better. Alright. Make sure this mic is on. Alright, we live, guys. Alright. So, as you guys probably have heard, we're going to be dropping some modules to you guys, about 2 a week. The first week is just going to be one of them, because it's a holiday week, because we have Good Friday and Easter. I apologize, my hands are so painty. I am painting a wall right now. Luckily, I have no paint on my face. Thank goodness. I hope you guys have been doing great. I hope you had a chance to check out my other SAT videos. Make sure you guys keep up with my live sessions, my Google Meets, and my office hours are here for questions. Do not hesitate to shoot me an email or come to the Google Meet with questions. The first topic we're looking at is actually, what's nice is it's a review. It's Trig Identities. Now, many of you probably haven't done this in a while, so what I want to make sure we know what to do is how to get to our resources first. So, first resource we're going to be looking at is you need to go to the Schoology page. You guys know what's up. Here's a Trig class, one of them. You're going to go into resources to get you started, and you'll see I have a Trig Identities master sheet. Make sure you have that downloaded or accessible to you. Now, remember when we did this unit, we added some identities to this? I'm going to go over those things right now. So what we're really concerned with, or rewriting first, are the Pythagorean identities. So I'm going to write out all 3 of these on my document camera, which I know you cannot see. So I'm going to write down all 3 of them. And then we're going to manipulate those a little bit, because that's going to be helpful for the assessment at the end of this. And it's just nice to see all of the identities in one place, and that way you don't have to do this during problems. So boom, back to looking at me, back under the document camera. It's like we're back at school, guys. I know it's weird, but we're back. All right, so I'm actually going to slide this back a little bit. All right, so as we're looking at this, the first one from the Pythagorean identities was sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Now I'm going to switch. I know you guys want to look at me, but we're going just a visualizer here. So we want to make sure we can see this in all different formats. So this is format number 1. Very helpful. Format number 2 is solving just for sine of theta. To do that, we would subtract cosine squared of theta from both sides, which would give us the second form. Sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta. Again, same identity, just different representation. Next one we're going to look at, we're going to be solving from the original cosine. If I wanted to do that, I would subtract sine from both sides, which would give me cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus sine squared theta. And again, these are really helpful because essentially we're going to have expressions with 2 pieces, or binomials, and we can substitute it in as a monomial, making things much easier to simplify in terms of our identities and our proofs. So we have that one. Let's look up. Make sure you guys are writing this down, by the way. Make sure you have all 3 of those written down. So you can pause the video, write that if you need to. Next one is our second identity. What's nice about this one is it's already solved for cosecant squared. The second one we're going to do is we're actually going to solve for cotangent, which means we're going to subtract 1 from both sides, right? Because that would get rid of this. So this would give us our second version. Cotangent squared theta is equal to cosecant squared theta minus 1. Very, very helpful. Because again, we can rewrite this if we see it as cotangent squared theta. The next way, which is kind of nice, we won't see it very often, but solving for 1. To do that, we would subtract cotangent squared. So this is 1 equals cosecant squared theta minus cotangent squared theta. Easy enough. That way, again, we can see all of the variations without having to do that arithmetic during a proof, because the proofs are hard enough. And then our last one, tangent squared theta, plus 1 equals secant squared theta. Again, we already have it written out for secant. We're going to solve for tangent in the next one. So very similar, we're going to subtract this 1 from both sides. Boom, tangent squared theta is equal to secant squared theta minus 1. And just like we did in the other, we are going to solve for 1. So we would subtract tangent squared theta. So this would be 1 equals secant squared theta minus tangent squared theta. So now we have all of our trigonometric identities. These are really, really helpful for us when we're doing trig proofs. The secret that we know we're going to be using these, anytime you see something squared, secant squared, sine squared, cosine squared, that's a clue that we might want to consider using Pythagorean identities. That doesn't mean we always do it, but it means we should consider it when we are doing it. So make sure you have these written down. You can pause it here and write these. Pause it here, write these. And you wrote those down already. Make sure you have those written down with this formula sheet. It's going to make this next video very, very helpful. So this video, again, we're just going over the identities. The next video, we're going to do some examples that are going to help you with the assessment at the end of this. Cool. Well, it's nice seeing you guys. I hope you're having a nice break. Just hanging out, just me right now, painting a wall, hanging out with my cat. Same old, same old. I hope to see you guys soon. All right, let's end this thing.